Welcome back to the 2018 SCAC Fall Media Days. Today we dive in to the Southwestern University women's soccer program. The Pirates coming off a 3-12-2 season, 3-8-1 in SCAC play. And we welcome in head coach Linda Hamilton and junior defender Mallory Harkins. And Coach and Mallory, first of all, thanks so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, I'll start with you. We open up camp here for this 2018 season. A big change in your roster. 14 new freshmen join your team this fall. As a head coach, how important is a camp like this going into this 2018 season with all these new faces, trying to get people accustomed to what's expected and to be a part of this Southwestern women's soccer program?
Yeah, I wish we could have started July 1st. Obviously preseason's always a very important time for us, having returners come back and about the same number of newcomers. It's going to be very vital for all sorts of aspects of our season, from, learning the style of play, the system of play, learning each other's names, and obviously building that team chemistry, which is always so important to success on the field. So, but that's the excitement of it. I think as players and coaches, preseason is just sort of one of those exciting times where you don't really have any negative expectations. It's only can't wait to see what today's going to bring kind of opportunities, and so obviously preseason is a vital time for soccer teams to try to get ready. It's not a very long time frame to try to get ready for your first game in about 14 days, so we're excited.
Mallory, for you, you come in to your junior season off an outstanding sophomore campaign in which you were named first team All-SCAC as a defender. Entering this camp, how is it maybe different in terms of your approach? Coach talks about the number of new faces, and for you in your first camp as an upperclassman, a junior leader on this team, sort of what are your expectations heading into this camp, and how are you approaching it maybe a little bit differently with that leadership role shouldered to you?
I'm super excited. I think again with 14 incoming players, it's going to be a challenge, but I think with the returners that we have and the ideas we have going into the season and the excitement that we have for all the players coming in, I think it's going to be one of those preseasons where we're all going to kind of bond together and rely on each other to get through the tough days and get through the hard workouts, and that'll carry us through the season. And I think having a big group of 14 players coming in, and again kind of almost outnumbering the returners that we have, it's going to be up to them to pull their weight and to ask questions and to be proactive and to do the best they can to give the returning players a challenge during preseason, so we can all kind of play off each other and make each other better during preseason in hopes of going into the season strong and starting out with a win.
Coach, for you now, as we talked about entering your fourth season there at Southwestern, you mentioned last year going into the 2017 campaign of sort of taking this program and being recognized at that national level. I know the wins-loss record maybe wasn't what it wanted to be for you last year. What are kind of the keys in your mind that you'll focus on in this camp to kind of sort of taking that next step and continuing to move towards being the program that you want it to be there in Georgetown?
Yeah, I think it's important to note, that last year was finishing up a previous staff's recruits and combining with the new staff's recruits. So there's always, a melting pot of different ideas and things like that. I think what's great about where we are today is my staff and I haven't had any turnover, and this is all of our fourth season. I have a great assistant coach and volunteer coaches that are high quality. So for us, it's really about continuing to teach our ideas and our system of play to this batch of players. The cool thing is that we've been recruiting this current class for 3 years. So they know what we're about, they know what the current team is about, they know what the coaching staff's expectations are. So having that continuity where all of these players have been sort of decided and made their choice on Southwestern from the same coaching staff message and those same desires. What's great is what I'm excited about this year is I'm probably going to be doing more of holding the reins on them and trying to hold them back. They're young and enthusiastic, and actually they want to win. So we're gonna have our challenges as a coaching staff on trying to make sure we rein in their enthusiasm and insert some composure and try to maybe harness their emotions to tie into the soccer so that we're not too emotional versus get our play out there. But I think the sky's the limit for this current team and where we can go for the future. So I'm just excited to unleash them and see what they're going to do, and I hope my role is trying to ease them back a little or get them to slow down a little bit, or when I give them the water break, take an actual water break. So I think there's just a whole lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and to be fair, the returning group has done a really fantastic job to already make friendships and relationships with these newcomers over the summer through social media and those kinds of things. And honestly, it doesn't feel like they're now new players. The returners have a relationship with them already, so we're just going to hope to grow that as the season wears on.
Mallory, we talked about your outstanding performance last year as a sophomore, again earning all SCAC honors, first team a season ago. This is a defense that was able to post 5 shutouts during the season. As an anchor in that back four, what do you see from the defense looking ahead to this season? How do you continue to grow as a defensive unit and put forth those positive performances heading into this 2018 season?
So my dad always told me that offense is the best defense. So I think preseason is going to be a lot about working strongly at both sides of the field. I think coming in the back, myself and Romy Reyna, hopefully back there again. I don't know what Linda thinks.
She's looking at me like ready to make the decision today, right?
But I hope that we can repeat what we did in my freshman year and keep it to. We conceded 17 goals my freshman year, so in hopes of beating that goal against ratio, I guess would be awesome. But going into the season, defense is all about teamwork. It's not one person on the defense that can stop a goal. It's 4 in the back and if not 11 on the field. So I think going into the season, we're going to be defensive minded, but also wanting to score a few more goals than we did last year. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be with the team and start working on from both sides of the field and just see what we can do.
Yeah, Coach, shifting to that offensive third of the field, 6 goals a season ago. How this year, moving into the 2018 season, do you try and create more offense in that third of the field and attack with a little bit more urgency?
Yeah, I think it starts with the dedication of the players over the summer, and this group really took to heart what we learned from last year's failures and decided to, start even in the summer a little differently. We have to be able to be fit enough to be competitive on both sides of the field and both sides of the ball for 90 minutes. And last year, quite frankly, we fell short. So I think with the returners sort of learning some cautionary tales about how important the summer workouts are, and these newcomers already being groomed and talked to and befriended by the returners to talk about what our culture is as a team. Those kinds of things are going to now take care of themselves on the field. We're going to be more competitive at practice. We've got more depth with our numbers and positions, and different players with a few different special qualities that might be difficult for other teams to handle. And in general, Russell, really just playing a much better overall team-oriented game where we're attacking together as a group and we're defending together as a group. And our fitness base really is the foundation for that. If we're fit, we can compete with anyone, and then it's a matter of just bringing in those nuances to bring our game up to that next level.
Mallory, for you, as you get into camp and the grind of what preseason can be, obviously there's some difficult moments between getting your fitness there and getting used to this new group, the 2018 version of the Southwestern women's soccer team. For you, though, what's the best part of preseason? What do you enjoy most there as camp begins to unfold?
I would say the best part of preseason.
That's a good question.
I know. I would say the amount of time we get to spend on the field. I think all summer and even since last November, we all want to be back on the field. We all want to be out there for hours doing what we love. So I think being on the field and being there and knowing you have to work hard to get results, and knowing that every minute of preseason, every sprint, every drill, everything is going to contribute to the end result of the season. So I think knowing that you have such a big challenge ahead of you going into the season while you're grinding every day during 2-a-days, I think is the most exciting part, because you have so much riding on these 9 days. I think that it's a big challenge to live up to, but I think it brings a lot of excitement, especially for the returners, and I know for the incoming players.
Final question for you, Mallory, as preseason is underway, as we talked about, what are some of the goals for this 2018 version of this squad? How will you see this season be successful if sort of what plays out?
I'd say goals for our season, definitely improving from last year. I think having a better goals for and goals against ratio is something we strive for, but also just being proud of the way we play. I think last year we didn't have the pride for the way we played. After every game, I feel like we did leave some on the field, and we all kind of recognize that. But I feel like this year we're gonna have some games where we can step off the field and know that we played our hearts out, and we had pride, and we're proud of the way we played. So I think going into the season with that kind of mindset is gonna help us reach our goal of getting that goals for and goal against ratio as good as we possibly can, and to finish conference in the best position possible.
And Coach, finally, just to wrap things up, for all the fans out there that'll be coming to watch this team this season, what can they expect from your team this year, just in terms of the consistency? How are you hoping to see them play? What can your fans really bank on when they come to watch this team play in the 2018 year?
Well, the hope is that what they're going to see is an aggressive, attack-minded team that's fit enough to put high pressure defensively all over the field, and then play possession out of the back, and then in that final third set them free and score a lot of goals. I think our style and system of play this year is going to be a vastly different look than maybe what we were last year, because our personnel and the qualities of our players have changed a little bit to allow us to play a more aggressive style. So we're going to go out there to win every game. We're not going to try to hang in. We're going to try to go out there and take our game to our opponents. And I think for me, success would be if we finish that game and the other coach says to me, that's the hardest working team I've ever had to play against. I think that's what I hope that the fans will take away. And I think with those kinds of actions, the results are really going to take care of themselves and give the team the reward they deserve for that hard work.
2018 Southwestern University Women's Soccer Program established this year starting August 31st. Head coach Linda Hamilton and junior defender Mallory Harkins. Coach and Mallory, thanks so much for joining us today. Best of luck as you proceed on to the 2018 season.
Great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Nailed it. Thanks for your time.
Good stuff.
All right, thank you. That high five in the video.
Put that high five right there.
I'm sweating.
I know.
I just like, do I end the answer? I couldn't remember his question halfway through.
He had some
Can you
good
guys hang
questions.
on for a second?
Yeah.
I gotta get a little picture of y'all.
He had some good questions, and they don't
No,
always.
Russell has a
Those
bad
were not always
Tracy.
so good at previous ones. You tell him those were some good ones.
goodness.
They really, I think they really want to be more ahead of the ASC
Yeah.
conference and trying to incorporate more organized stuff and media efforts.
Yeah. I think what's hilarious is how sweaty these things make you, but you're gonna go I don't know, jump out of airplanes in the military or go operate on people. And
The 2018 Southwestern University women's soccer program gets out on the field this year starting August 31st. Head coach Linda Hamilton and junior defender Mallory Harkins. Coach and Mallory, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you proceed on to the 2018 season.
great, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.